Hello world, welcome back to Accelerate and welcome back to the Porsche 987 Boxster S.
Now, Kenny's owned this for a couple of weeks now and you've put a fair few miles on it.
Whew, yeah, a few.
I've barely been in it, so this today is going to be my first drive and basically my first experience because we finally got some good weather.
Yeah, and we got some great roads, so
let's get stuck in.
Let's do it.
I just thought, before we hit the road, I'm too excited to get this thing out on the road. Talk to people through what it is we're looking at.
Right, first things first, this is a Porsche Boxster. It's the 987 chassis and it's the Boxster S, which has the 3.2. This is the 2005, so it's the first of these, which obviously means cheaper tax.
Oh, yeah, that seems to sting a lot of people.
After only a few weeks of this, I love it. I really enjoy driving it. It's nice to drive fast, but it's also nice just to cruise.
Yeah, because you've done, what, just over 1,000 miles, you said?
Yeah, I've done over 1,000 miles in 3 weeks.
And before anyone says, yes, it would have been better if you bought a real Porsche, but hey-ho, we are getting a 997 911 on the channel as well, so I think we're in a good position to compare and honestly review how this feels compared to a 911 and compared to some of the other cars you've owned.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, I have owned, my car history is nothing like Kenny's. I've never owned AMGs and stuff like that, so it's going to be a good perspective of someone who's owned some high quality cars and someone who's only ever owned rust buckets, basically. So
and still owns rust buckets.
Yeah. I know. Well, I'm the guy who chose to sell my S2000 over an MX-5.
I know someone commented on the other day.
That's a story for another day. We're taking a mick out of Kenny today.
Yeah, come on.
Anyway, what I do want to say is I was surprised because it is the baby Porsche. The features on this did really surprise me for a little two-seater sports car.
Yeah, well, it's got quite a not extensive spec list on it, but it's spec'd well for what it is.
Yeah, I'd say so.
When I was looking for these cars, to find something with a lot of stuff on them was quite rare.
I didn't think they came with some of the bits.
Well, this is it. Well, obviously, first thing, everyone's going to notice the terracotta interior.
Yeah, No, I love that because I had the same with the S2000, very mixed opinions.
Yeah.
We've been through this in the previous video. I'm on the theory of, it's a weekend car, it's not your daily. Why not go a bit nuts? And it gets your attention, whether you like it or not, it will get your attention.
Contrast between it, do you know what I mean? It's absolutely lovely. And,
yeah, it shows a bit of personality, personally.
It does, yeah, exactly. Now, we got a Bose sound system as well, which was something that a few of them didn't have.
Yep. Heated seats, which
is
kind of a given, but in a convertible you want it, trust me, in the MX-5.
Again, that was very rare when I was looking through cars that had heated seats.
Okay.
So yeah, to have that is a nice little feature, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I am looking forward to this.
Yeah, well, like I said, yeah. Let's just get out there, come on.
Is that a Porsche Boxster effect?
It is, yeah. I'm gonna get my clippers out now and sort you right out. That's why you're wearing a hat.
I own an MX-5. I got my own clippers,
yeah, you're a pro. Because you're worth it.
Anyway, folks. For those that don't know, the Porsche Boxster was created as the entry-level model by Porsche. The big difference being, obviously, the 911 being Porsche's flagship model, very famous for having the engines in the rear. And when they say rear, that is not like any Ferraris and stuff like that. It's actually behind the rear axle, which gives it very specific handling characteristics. So I think with the Boxster and the Cayman, they wanted to go a bit different. This is actually mid-engine as opposed to Porsche's normal rear engine.
And what's the advantage of a mid-engine car?
You get the ultimate balance. Now, with any performance car, balance is everything. Whether it's steering, whether it's braking, you want good balance and good feeling, and obviously that's what you get from mid-engine cars.
It's better than 911.
I was right. It's taken what 30 seconds for him to go there.
No, I'm just joking, obviously.
But that is a hot debate. Now, obviously, Porsche Boxster owners, they seem to be the type of people that love their Boxsters.
They really do.
And the 911 group is...
Be careful with what you say.
Well, let's not get into that, but they're a specific type of person as well. But like I said, we are getting a 911 on the channel, which spec-wise, I do believe is it's going to be quite similar.
Yeah, well, it's a 2006, so it is a 997, also the 987.
Yeah.
So it's the same generation. So obviously that's being a 3.8 with 380 horsepower, I believe. Yeah. This being a 3.2 with 280 horsepower.
Yeah.
So it's going to be good to see the actual difference between the two of them power-wise.
Yeah.
But also handling, because my mate Sean, who owns the 911, actually owned a Cayman before it, which was only the 2.7.
Right.
And as he said, the Cayman was more fun to drive. So that's a big claim, you know.
I can see people typing in the comments.
No,
you can't say that.
I know. Now, I have driven Sean's briefly already, haven't I?
Yeah. It was in the rain as well.
It was in the rain, but it's just the way Porsche puts the power down. It's so unique. And it's a car that you really need to go and have a go of yourself. It's hard to explain. Porsche power is so much different to anything else.
It is. Now, from being in the passenger seat, actually, we'll wait till we get to some nicer roads to give us some proper going through.
Yeah.
But I mean, the recipe, like I said, I was one of those never interested in the Porsche Boxsters, and I was always on the bandwagon of it's not a proper Porsche.
Yeah.
But I mean, you cannot deny the recipe of a mid-engined sports car built by one of the best manufacturers on the planet.
This is the thing, you know, at the end of the day, they're known for building sports cars. All right, this is the baby one. But
the Porsche's technology, I mean, they've run Le Mans, you know, they've got Le Mans history, they've got GT racing history, but they've put that technology into this.
Exactly, and now with the thing you get with the S, correct me if I am wrong, but I do believe they use the 911 running gear, the 997 running gear, you know, the brakes and the, you know, all the suspension. Maybe not all the suspension, but I know definitely a few components. But here we are, this is one of my favourite part of the road.
Most important part of the video.
Let's give it some. I've turned off Porsche stability management.
Nice.
Just to give us a little bit. Now it has got open diff, but...
Yes. Oh yeah, we should mention... Oh my God.
The handling. Honestly.
The noise gives you goosebumps.
Now this was one of my favourite roads in the Civic. And I really feel like I'm going a lot quicker in this.
Do you know what? I was literally just going to say, the confidence you got already. Oh my God.
Is spot on because the pedals are really, really close together. I hated it when I first got in here. Right, so such a buzz.
So I've got this thing with German car. Every German car that I've owned or driven, and I want to say it's sort of the case in this. You put your foot down, there's no drama.
No.
I mean, when it climbs up, it does come alive at the higher RPM.
It does.
But it's not, you know you're going fast, but there's not that much drama. But when you started putting it through corners, how planted it felt, the power delivery went well with how it handled.
It does, and I think, I know people are going to rinse me for this, but the power level that this car's at for the setup and the suspension and the steering, it feels almost perfect. And I don't think you realise how fast you're going until you look at the speedo.
I would say that's the case, yeah.
because the power is so smooth. Yeah. It just comes in, do you mean? And even a couple of times I looked down and thought, ooh, I'm pushing into this corner quicker than I usually would.
Well, I said, as we were going over the bumps, I thought, we are definitely not in the Civic anymore. The difference is, the Civic was an absolute raw track-prepped car, set up aggressively for the track. Yeah. I mean, you hit a stone in that thing, you'd feel it up your spine.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This, we were going a fair amount of speed then, and these are not the best roads.
No.
Oh my God, it takes it well. That noise, I was saying to Kenny off camera, it gives me goosebumps because it triggers something in me. There's such a distinct Porsche sound, and it just makes me realise that we're in your Porsche.
I know.
That's pretty cool.
As I say, I've always wanted one of these, you know, not one of these, but a Porsche in general.
Yeah.
So for me to actually own one now, let's get around this.
That's cool. The thing that gets me, when you're going through the corners, you really can feel the balance. Like, there was something you did at the top, you kicked it out, you'd expect the back end to go. In most cars, it would.
No, it just loves it.
See? You get a bit of spin there.
And the way it's taking these bumps. Now, we know this road really, really, really well.
Yeah.
See? And as you know, it's a very aggressive road, especially for a lot of cars we do with lower
modified
suspension.
Car, yeah. Right, that was, I gotta be honest, it was better than I was expecting. Now, as I've said, with most German cars, I always find the negative, and this is the same, it's very drama-free. Now, if you're looking for an absolutely exhilarating ride, this probably isn't it. But I mean, can you say that as a bad point? Because it's designed so well. Now, I'm only going off, I own an MX-5, a track-ready MX-5, so it's hard to compare it to that. But even the S2000 I had was a lot more raw feeling, and it was a bit more like on your toes sort of thing. But
it was, and I will agree with you there, because I've owned two S2000 myself. And yeah, there was no way I would go near the throttle on the S2000 up there the way I did with this.
Well, I was going to say, although I'm saying it's a negative, that okay, it's a bit drama-free, it's a bit safe, because of that. yeah, because of that, you can push it more, because you were pushing it up there, and like you said, I wouldn't push my S2000 hard up there, so...
No, I wouldn't have pushed mine through there like that, to be honest.
I have never driven a Porsche, so let's get to the best part of the video. I'm going to have a go. Right. This is the first time I've been in the driver's seat of a Porsche, so thank you very much, first of all.
Yeah, no problem.
But I just look, it's just crazy looking down thinking, not only is it a Porsche badge, but it's yours. It's just crazy. But for those of you who have been in a Porsche or near a Porsche, you've got your very typical dials. They're so German, very easy to read. I didn't realise it went up to 190. It's ambitious, but that's cool. I like that.
Apparently, they top out at 170.
Wow, okay, that's better than... Oh yeah, we didn't run through performance figures. What did you say the Note to 60
Not to 60, 5.5, so 5.5 seconds. And yeah, top speed around 170 mile an hour.
Okay.
See, not such a girly car after all.
Oh no, it is.
Yeah, I was going to say, just be girly doing 170.
That noise up top, oh. Yeah, so... First gear, okay, do you know when you're driving it, it feels quicker, like first gear felt like it pulled strong, and you go into second, and it is a bit like, okay, you're waiting for it, and then it does pick up top.
It does. Now, I've said to you, the power seems to come alive more after about 4,000 RPM.
Yeah, definitely comes alive above them.
Yeah.
Oh, the rev match. Like I said, the response to the engine, it's a 3.2 flat 6. So, and I'd give it a little bit then, 2,500. It picks up. You've got, that's the big difference with the S2000, you've got all 3.2 litres, 6 cylinders pulling you no matter what rev you're at.
Yeah, no, that's it. Obviously, everyone knows with the Honda engine, you have to drop a gear or two.
Yes. Yeah. I would never get bored of that sound.
I love it. As I said, I want to change the exhaust, but...
Oh, definitely. See, it's not... Although it's not crazy, I am sort of like, come on, but then you've got to make a choice, because it gives you confidence, because it's not that crazy.
Yes, that's what I said. The power level for the type of car it is, and the way the steering and everything is.
And oh man, you can feel, like I keep saying, you can feel the balance because of the mid-engine setup. Oh, those rev matching.
I told you, man.
Yeah. I say, you know me well, I love heel towing, and then this, it feels... Oh man. Okay, the power, like you said. All right, this is fun.
So we drive these roads a lot with more powerful cars than this.
Yeah.
But the way it takes this road, I'm pretty sure it would give some of them cars a bit of a run for its money.
So normally when we feature cars, I drive them for a good half hour before we get to these roads, and I don't drive them half as quick as this, because I don't know if it is just psychological, but the confidence it's giving me, because I've seen you drive it, I know what it's capable of.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me wrong, it's your car and it's a Porsche, I'm not going to rag it, but even I had fun
there.
then.
I was going to say, even that pace, that was still quick pace.
Yeah, it's not perfect. Like I said, this is the honest part. Now, what you got to keep in mind, it's not a brand new Porsche. The thing that surprised me, the gear shifts are a bit sloppy.
They are.
And like I said, I know it's a common issue with Boxsters. And the steering, when you're in it, when you're in a corner, it's nicely weighted. It does give you good feedback from the front. I don't know where I'm going. But it's just lacking that off-centre steer. So when you're on the centre, it's got a little bit of... But again, whether that's down to just a worn part, which probably is.
Now I've taken this up, on a private road over 100 mile an hour, and it's definitely got to play in the steering.
Right.
And obviously tyre wear. If you look at the tyres, it's worn on the inside. Yeah. So I think that's an issue, but we will find out. Yeah. Whether that'll fix it or not. Fingers crossed it does.
Well, obviously, with this, you're never going to find a brand new 987. No. So we can only go off what we're going, what we've got.
Yeah.
For me personally, like I said, the power delivery is, I don't know if it's just because it's not what I'm used to, but it's...
What, power?
Yeah, that as well. But like I said, I just keep saying, it's not as dramatic as what I'm used to.
No. It's not.
But it's almost, I want to say there's a negative, but it's not. But it's just so well put together.
No, I've had, like I said, the TTRS, etc. That was 500 odd horsepower. Now that was drama-free.
Yeah.
And I found it boring after not long.
This is what I want to try and say. As much as I'm saying it's not that dramatic, blah blah blah, I still had. It's not on the level of it's boring. I think it is a good balance of.
I think so. I don't know, with more power, don't get me wrong, it would definitely be more fun.
Yeah.
But I think you definitely need a LSD in the back if you have more power.
Yeah.
So I think the power level with the setup that they give you from the factory with the suspension, and it works so well.
And it is a case of, like, we're building track cars, and you go past the point where you're like, well, I've ruined the comfort of it and everything. So
that's part of the reason I sold my Civic.
Yeah.
I tried using it on the road a few times, and I just could not.
And I think you would run into the risk of that. I'm like, oh, more power, make it more fun. I think you would get past that and think, well, I've ruined it now. So I honestly, this power level, this setup and everything, I don't think they deserve the hate they get, personally.
Thank you very much. I totally agree with you. Now, the people that do hate on them, just go and drive one. Yeah. Go and experience one.
And look, you haven't even got to tell your friends you enjoyed it, because I wouldn't. Although it's going on YouTube.
I was just going to say, you haven't got a choice.
Thank you for letting me drive your Porsche, man.
That's no problem at all. Now get out of my seat. So there we have it. That's my 987 Boxster S. Not perfect, but not bad, right?
Yep. First drive, I gotta say, I'm impressed. It's sort of what I expected from a German car, but it is so good. And like you mentioned, it's an 18-year-old Porsche. It's an 18-year-old car, sorry.
18-year-old car in general, do you mean?
Yeah.
So,
on that note, we have got some other things. We've even got, for those of you that don't know, we have invested in a Draghi, which accurately measures 0 to 60 times. So not only are we offering it in feature videos, so if we ever feature your car and you want to do a 0 to 60 run, no obligation, but I know a lot of people get curious, so you're more than welcome to do that.
Just do it. We'll let you launch it as well.
Yeah, I should state, we won't be doing that. You guys who own the car will be launching it, unless you really, really want us to, but I'm not.
And I think we should have a little timetable. Sorry, not
That's
timetable.
A leaderboard. We will be having a leaderboard just for a bit of fun. I think it'd be fair to do it as a rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, four-wheel drive maybe. But we'll get into all of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that'll about do it for this one. So thank you so much for watching. Oh, I just thought, we are going to be doing a 0 to 60 run on this as well, which I'm so curious for.
Yeah, me too. Let's go. I can't wait.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one. Boom. You still should have bought a real Porsche.
You
I had to get it in there.